We made that final transition in April of 2002 when I resigned from NRCS and put my full-time effort in developing Healing Hooves into a profitable business using goats for vegetation management work. Sue and I still face challenges and stresses in our lives, but we're definitely much happier, and we look for ways to turn those challenges into opportunities. Just kind of a quick summary. When we're going on a trip, what do we need to know? We need to know where we're at and where we're going. Then you can look at a map and plan your route. Holistic management provides a process that helps you on your life journey by clarifying where you're at, where you're going, and provides guidelines to help you stay on that right path. It is really very easy to let life pass by without taking the time to determine what's truly important to you. So what is holistic management? Holistic management is really a goal-driven decision-making process that helps people live the life they desire and make decisions that are economically, environmentally, and socially sound, which is sometimes called the triple bottom line. In order for a business to be sustainable, it must be profitable. No business can last very long without making a profit. If you're making a living from the land, you must be managing land in a manner that enhances the ecosystem. For example, if you're raising crops, you must have a cropping system that builds soil fertility. The business also has to be socially sound. If you're operating a family business, good communication between family members is critical to the long-term success of that business. Many a farm business, a family business, has ended due to conflicts between family members. The concept of holistic management was developed by Alan Savory and has been refined and updated over the past 40 years. Again, holistic management provides a process to help you invest your resources, time, and skills, and money and land in a manner that creates the quality of life you desire. At Home with Holistic Management is the resource you'll be using for this course. I'll also provide some additional resources on Moodle if you want to learn more about holistic management. I'm going to provide an overview of 7 key concepts of holistic management in tonight's talk. These concepts help us to take a slightly different look at the world and help us to look at the bigger picture as we make decisions. I'll go into each individual of these concepts in more detail. The first one I'm going to discuss is nature, function, and wholes. The decisions I make and actions I take do not just impact me. I'm a part of a family, which in turn part of a local community, and that part of a business or farm enterprise. And the decisions I make are not just made in a vacuum, and they affect other people in the wholes that I'm involved in. Maybe also, there's maybe a grower cooperative, you may be involved in other community organizations, or also part of a state and nation. So there's a number of wholes that we're each involved in. For example, if I stay late at work, it will affect my time I spend with a family, impact my relationship, which in turn impacts my relationship with my wife, also impacts the time that I can commit to other organizations that I'm involved in. So it's important to understand these connections, and that is why the first step in holistic management is to define the whole under management. The whole under management is made up of 3 components: the key decision makers, the resource base, and the money. Each whole is different, and it's key to, like I say, it's important to define this and make sure that you understand what the whole that you are managing. You're parts of many different wholes, so it's important to define each one that you're involved in. The key decision makers, these are the people who make day-to-day decisions and who can veto these decisions. They're maybe family members or business partner. The resource base is people and things. And they want to list the people who influence your decisions, such as your customers, your banker, and who are involved who are influenced by your decisions. These may be friends, your neighbors, and you also may want to list the people that you rely on for information, for technical advice, or any other resources that are available to you on the people side of things. Also, you want to look at the things that you have available to use within this whole: the land, the house, your car, your truck, any equipment, tools that you have. And the last thing you want to list is the money that it's available. It's, you know, savings that you have, the salary that you make, the business income, any home equity loan you may have, and all those things are make up the whole under management. One of the first assignments you'll be doing this week is, you know, reading more in the chapter 4 of holistic management, which talks about defining your whole, and you'll be defining your whole with as the assignment, the first assignments that we provide for this coming week. The next step is to create your holistic goal. Developing your holistic goal should be an exciting process. It contains what's really important to you, and it's the vision that you're going to test all your decisions and actions toward. It helps to ensure you're investing your time, talents, and money in the best manner to move you towards your holistic goal. This is essentially what I mentioned earlier, your magnetic north, and it's critically important to ensure you know where you're going. And when you read your holistic goal, you want to get excited about it, because it should light up the fire in your heart when you read your holistic goal and have that in front of you. All the key decision makers need to be involved in the process, because you want to make sure everyone has ownership in your holistic goal. If a person is involved in the process, he or she will have stronger commitment to making it happen. It's also important to write it down. That way everyone has the same version. There are no questions as to what is in your holistic goal, and people can see the items that are important to them are included, which helps them get more excited about making it happen. And one thing that's also important to remember is that your holistic goal is not written in stone, and that you will refine it as people become more open to discussing what's important to them, and also as you get involved in testing your decisions. There are 3 components of a holistic goal, and each component builds on to the next. First component is the quality of life statement, and that forms the foundation for your holistic goal. Then that determines the forms of production and the future resource base. The first is the quality of life statement. This is what is really important to you, and you should be excited about writing these things down and talking about what's really provides your life meaning and what are the desires of your heart. But one of the issues with this, when you're working on the quality of life, it can be challenging for some people, as they may be uncomfortable in expressing what they truly want. You may have to give a person time to reflect on what is important to them, and have him or her bring the things she's written down back to the next meeting. But it is critical that all key decision makers put what is important to them in the holistic goal. The stronger the feeling of ownership in your holistic goal, the stronger the commitment to making it happen. These are some examples of a quality of life statements. We enjoy meaningful relationships with family and friends. We want good health. So those are some examples of what may be included as a quality of life statement. The next part is the forms of production. This is what we need to produce. Example of what we may need to produce: we have a quality of life statement that we are financially secure and provide for our family's needs. What we need to produce in order to create that, how about a profitable farm enterprise or a surplus in our family financial plan? So those, in order to be financially secure, this is what we need to produce in order to do that. Another way of looking at the forms of production is to look at what we do not have now. Example of that would be we lack time to spend with family, and we want to reword that into a positive statement. And what we need to produce is a balance between our work and our personal lives. Or we may have poor communication between family members. What we need to produce what we want to produce to prevent that, really, is regular family meetings, and we respect each person's ideas. For each quality of life statement, there must be a form of production that addresses what needs to be produced. Generally, there's one form of production. One form of production may address more than one quality of life statement. Here's some examples of quality of life statements and their corresponding forms of production. There are more examples in the At Home with Holistic Management I'm not going to spend time to read these, but these are just some quick examples of what you may write down as quality of life and the corresponding forms of production that will relate to that, producing that quality.